Suzuha. With the future. With myself. Okarin. Is that your fetish? Then I guess I won't stop you, but... Really sure? Suzuha took a step towards me. Yeah. Ready. Alright, this is gonna hurt. No, wait. You can go easy. Yeah. She hit me hard enough to knock me across the room. Oh, sorry, I guess I put a little too much force into it. I just heard a really loud crunch. Are you okay, Okarin? Everyone ran over and looked down at me. Yeah, that hurt a lot. It probably did more damage to my brain than reading Steiner or the time leaps. But... Okabe? It woke me up. Now I just had to do what I could. Okarin? Is that Kiyoma? Okarin? No, Mayuri. I am Hoin Kiyoma. Kiyoma! Yes, my name is Hoin Kiyoma. Lab member number 001, the founder of this lab, the man who longs for chaos, the mad scientist who will upend the ruling hierarchy of the world, Hoin Kiyoma. Lukaku. Right. Bring me my white lab coat. Right, okay, I mean Kiyoma. Kiyoma's back, nya. Dad, what is this? You did it, Suzuha. Okuri's finally ready to fight. Here you are, Kiyoma. Indeed. I put my lab coat on for the first time in a very long time. It'd been sitting on a shelf in the back so long that it smelled a little moldy. That's right. This is it. This is my holy silver armor. At this moment, Hoin Kiyoma has awakened. He's revived from his long slumber. I'm back. Kagure and Maho were seeing Hoin Kiyoma for the first time, and they were shocked into silence. Oh, what just happened? Did that punch drive him crazy? I remember now. Huh? Hoin Kiyoma. Mommy used to talk about him all the time. She said that someday Hoin Kiyoma would come back to life and bring light to our future. I'm having a really hard time keeping up with all this. You, the loli. You, I'm talking to you. What? You're not talking to me, are you? You're the only loli here, aren't you? Who are you calling a loli? I give you the honor of being lab member 009. You shall be my servant and participate in our operations. Why do I have to be your servant? What the hell is a lab member? Just like the name suggests, it means you're an official member of this lab. You must feel very honored. Honored? Next, Shina Kagari. What? You're lab member 010. Got it? Oh, okay. Wait, Kiyoma. We don't get the lab members, yeah? Ferris and Lukaku seemed upset. Come to think of it, I'd made them lab members in the Alpha World line, but not this one. I never told you, but of course, you are already lab members. Lukaku is 006. Ferris, 007. Suzuha, 008. Got it? Yes, sir. Yeah. I don't quite understand, but Roger. Wait, Okurin, who's 004 and 005? Those two numbers are reserved. For Kurisu and Moika. To be honest, I didn't like the idea of leaving Moika as an official lab member. But in order to reach a future where that could be true, I would have to face the past right now. That was my decision. Now that everyone's here, I have something to declare. As of today, January 31st, 2011, we will begin a new operation. Our goal is to annihilate the coming future, to overturn the future of the world itself. That is our goal. Got it? It's me. We will now execute our new operation. My future self told me that Steins Gate waits beyond several futures. Even if the future that awaits us is a path of thorns, it will not be useless. I know it'll take an incredible amount of time to reach the door we seek. Many different organizations may rise up to stop us, but I'll start over as many times as it takes. Pray for my success. El Sai Kongru. That's right, the phone! He's back! After I finished my phone call, I realized that everyone was staring at me. Please don't look at me that way. I'm embarrassed too. What did I just see? I know. It's like a ceremony. A ceremony? Right. Yes, this was a ceremony. A ceremony to stop my fears from getting the best of me again. Wait. Okarin. Don't tell me you did that around Kurisu. I'm not Okabe, I'm Kyoma! Are you messing with me? Mahotan, don't give him too much of a hard time. He's still trying to figure things out. Huh? Wow. So this is Hoin Kyoma, huh? That's right, he's the mad scientist of madness. And the reincarnation of an ancient alchemist, yeah? He's also the master of the Senshin Sama school. Wow. Sorry, Dad, I'm having trouble keeping up with this. Please don't stare at me like that. It's breaking my heart. So, what exactly is the plan? First, let me make something clear. Our final goal is a future where the Third World War never occurs. It's like I told myself a second ago, I didn't expect to get to the world line we wanted, the Steins Gate world line, immediately. Just like I had to build up the Beta world line little by little, I'd have to go through many pasts and many futures. To do that, I first had to write this world line's future. The world had lost Kurisu. The price for that was dire indeed. But I wouldn't let the future that awaited us be so full of suffering and pain. I wouldn't let it happen. Everything had to begin with that. Even if the future before us would end up never having happened at all. That was my responsibility, since I had chosen this world. I told you all that I've been through several world line changes since coming to the Beta world line, right? First, we need to remove the cause of those changes. What is it, Nya? Wakase Kurisu's laptop and hard drive, her memories that are stored in Amadeus. The time machine paper contained on the hard drive and all of her memories relating to it. All of those world line changes. It was safe to assume that they'd been caused by Stratfor and others fighting over them. Thus, the final goal of our operation is to destroy Kurisu's laptop and hard drive and delete her memory data. You can't delete Kurisu's memory data, you can't! Are you serious? Yeah. Those memories are all we have left of her. They're all we have to prove she ever was here. I don't want to delete them. I know how she felt. Till a few days ago I would have agreed. You're okay with them being misused? That's not my way to solve this world line. I saw her memories start wars again and again. Many people have been caught up in that. Kagari was just one of them. What happened to Kagari in the past several years that probably hadn't changed in this world line. It meant that there was just another tragedy caused by the Pandora's box that was Kurisu's memories. I've experienced that world of data too. I've experienced its cold. That's right, I knew how cold that world was. It was a world inside a tiny box with no past, present, or future. Don't leave Kurisu in that cold, dark world forever. We've got proof that she existed right here. I put my finger to my head. We've got what we remember, and we've got the chance to build a peaceful world where a third world war never happens. Isn't that all the proof we need that she was alive? Maho fell silent as the whole group turned toward her. That's really cheesy. If Kurisu heard that, she'd laugh at you. I'm sure. But maybe it's a cheesy cliche because it's true. Maho's dark frown became a smile. I'll do what you want me to do. Thank you. Daru, you've got Kurisu's laptop and hard drive, right? Yep, I got it from Mahata and hid it somewhere. It would have been found easy. As soon as we're done with Amadeus, destroy them. Sure? He looked back at Maho, and this time she nodded. Yeah, but let me do it. Okay. The problem now was Amadeus. Maho, do you still have access to Amadeus' server? Yeah, I should. Hashida, can I borrow your computer? Huh? Oh, sure. Just a sec. Daru motioned for her to stop with one hand and started typing something into the keyboard. What are you doing, Darunya? Just some tricks to make sure our IP isn't tracked. Okay, go ahead. Maho took over from Daru at the computer. Huh? That's strange. I can't access it. What do you mean? Got the wrong password? Wouldn't make that mistake. Do you know how many times I've entered that password? I'll try the password a few more times. But she still couldn't access the server. Looks like my access has been revoked. What's going on with this? I'll call the professor. Maho took out her phone and called Dr. Leskinen. She put the phone next to her ear for a moment, then frowned and put it down. No good, he's not picking up. She tried calling Dr. Reyes too, but that didn't work either. Jeez, what's going on with this thing? Guess it wouldn't be that easy, huh? Maho's access rights had been taken away. That must have meant someone was about to do something. Let's try another approach. Can you hack the Victor Contra University servers? Okay, just give me a second. Making it sound easy. Our lab security is pretty tight. Don't worry, Daru's a super hacker. I mean, a hacker, man. It broke CERN security in just 20 hours. I had absolute faith in him. Daru and Maho were staring at the screen and discussing something. He was probably asking her for details to make his hacking more efficient. I needed to do what I could while I waited. Back into the development room and opened up a box that had just arrived that day. Mayuri looked over my shoulder into the box. Wow, it's a microwave. I'm not just using it to heat up your fried chicken, okay? Too bad. I was gonna make some juicy chicken #1 for everybody if they were hungry. First, I needed to reconstruct the phone wave. After that, I'd have Maho help me make the time leap machine. On my way back from the future, I had memorized every bit of how it worked, so it didn't take very long. Hashida, you're amazing. It was about 30 minutes later when I heard Maho's odd voice. Did you get it? For a top-quality hacker like me, this is nothing. The name Super Hacker isn't just for show, huh? Alright, see if you can find Amadeus' data. Hold on, I'm opening it now. I swallowed and looked at the screen as I listened to the mouse click. It's gone. Deus, Kursu's memories, all the folders that should be there are gone. Someone took it already. I unlocked my phone and called up the home screen. Amadeus' icon was still there. Hey, do you think you could access Amadeus from this app? Maho looked over at my phone. I don't know. If Amadeus' data is gone from the server, I don't think it would work. Give it a try. Wrong. Just thinking about what I'd do if it connected, and I need to be careful. That's right, someone might be watching you. What is it, Daru? Look, there's a folder with another lock on it. Which one? Leaned forward and stared at the monitor. Strange, that didn't used to be there. Pretty heavily secured, way more than the rest of the system. Where Amadeus was moved? Who would do that? Only Dr. Leskinen has that level of authority. Dr. Leskinen's up to something and we don't know it, or maybe something happened to him. Either possibility was appealing. Daru, we'll leave that folder alone for now. Next, I want you to hack Stratford's servers. Huh? Stratford? Why? They're probably involved in all of this. You've done it once before, can you do it again? Wait, how do you know that? Are you psychic? Think I am. The mad scientist of madness knows all. Give me a sec, he said, as he typed something else into the computer. Stratford servers, got it. Could tell he'd done it once before. This time he got through a lot faster than it took him to break into the university. Just want me to find the data on the Amadeus system? Hold on. Maho leaned her tiny body forward again and took the mouse from Daru. She clicked on an icon. The screen filled with some kind of text. This is a report. She opened several more files, but since they were written in English, we couldn't read them. What is this? This report's about experiments. Stratford was experimenting on humans. Experimenting on humans? Looks like Stratford was working on human memory transplantation. Did a lot of experiments trying to transfer memories from one person to another. Memory transplant experiments. They started with animals, but by the end they were using live humans. People with no relatives as subjects, kids, adults, people from different ethnic backgrounds. Looked down at the report again. What is it? Is there something else? Like they're about to start a new memory transplant experiment. It's safe to assume the experiment had something to do with the time machine. Trying to force open the black box of Kurisu's memories in order to gain information about the time machine. Even if they couldn't get the password for the laptop from Amadeus, if they could access her memories directly, it would give them everything they needed. It was just like what had been done to Kagari in the last world line, but on a more advanced level. Our priority now is finding Kurisu's memory data. Daru, think it's there? Excuse me? He took the mouse back from Maho inside. Nope, no luck. I'm not seeing anything. What's going on? Stanford stolen the Amadeus data from Victor Condria? University server is the most suspicious, the one with the locked folder, which meant they were working without stealing the data. Did they hack it like we did, or? The plan. We'll leave Maho. Daru, can you get us in? I can, but it's gonna be a pain. How long is it gonna take? Couldn't tell you. Might take more than 12 hours. Daru said so. Must be really heavily protected. They catch me hacking halfway through, it's all over. We needed to hack in to get rid of Kurisu's memory data. And until Daru finished, we needed to keep Stratford distracted. The problem was how? What happens to my location data when I'm talking to Amadeus? It all gets recorded, of course. The people who've got Amadeus' program can see it. I thought so. Question is, do I contact her or not? First, I need to see if the app even worked anymore. If it did, I had an idea. Maho, can I ask you something crazy? A full day had passed since the operation began. Daru still hadn't managed to break the lock on that folder. Thankfully, they hadn't detected him yet, but that didn't mean we were safe. While Daru did his work, I finished my own and then handed the rest off to Maho. My actions might have changed the future already, but we still had to do our jobs. Suzuha had her arms crossed, expression stern. She had been that way for a while. At a glance, she looked calm, but I could see her tapping her arm with her index finger. Uncle, is there nothing I can do? We're finally ready to stop the Third World War. It had to bother her that there was nothing she could do. That had to be stopped as soon as possible, but all she could do now was wait. She was frustrated and on the edge. But that was true of everyone else. Just wait a little longer. Daru and Maho were doing their best. Once Maho completed what I asked for, that'd be something we could do too. We're gonna go get us something sweet to eat. Yeah. Sweets are great when you're tired, yeah. Oh, then I'll go too. Just as the two of them stood up, the development room's curtain opened. Maho flinched a little as everyone stared at her, but she quickly smiled, and she thought better of it and tried to look more serious. Sheesh, you didn't have to ask me to do all this at once, did you? Sorry, so, is it done? I did what you told me to, I guess. The microwave in the back was connected to a different headset than the one I'd seen last year. It was the same one she'd used to take my memories. That's why she'd been able to finish this in such a short time. A time leap machine. It was done then. Now, even if I had a time leap from the future, I could go back to 48 hours from now. And this too. She offered me a pair of smartphones. These gadgets would be our secret weapons in the upcoming battle. I had Maho make them too. They use a simple AI to create a pseudo-response algorithm that would deceive our opponents. Well, I can't believe you managed to make an AI in such a short time. You're the one that told me to do it. Face looked exhausted. I had the subway software used for Amadeus, so I was able to build it quicker. And this isn't anything as complicated as an AI. Really think you can fool her with this? It's Kurisu we were talking about here. I have to deceive her for a short time. All we need to do is keep their eyes off of Daru's hacking. The goal was just to keep Stratford confused. We didn't need to hold a long conversation. We just hook it up for a short time, end the call shortly afterward. Time to get started, but first... hit the send button on the message I'd already typed to Moika Kiryu. Do it like we discussed. It was done. I turned toward the group. I will now explain the operation. Suzuha, Mayuri, Ferris, Lukako. I offered them the phones that had just been given by Maho. I'm going to have you pair off, and I want you to take these phones and move around the city. It'd be best to have the pairs as far apart as possible. One can take the Chuo line, the other can take the Yamanote line. Stay in touch, and use the app on the phones called Amadeus. While Daru was doing his hacking, I left Akihabara and tried to contact Amadeus from Tokyo Station. It had worked. Kurisu had responded. I'd cut it off instantly, but I was sure of it. The app was still working. Juan was going to use it. What do we do once it's running? Amadeus is an AI made from the memories of a girl named Makise Kurisu. I want to deceive her. That's right, our goal was to deceive Kurisu. If we contacted Amadeus, the enemy would have known where we were. My plan was to take advantage of that fact. When you boot up the Amadeus app, it'll start another program too. What's the other program, yeah? Can you hit the icon with the S right there? This, yeah? Ferris tapped her phone. Hello, it's me. Wow, it's Okunin's voice. Try talking to it. What's up, nya? Nothing really. I just wanted to talk to you a little. Wow, it automatically answers, huh? What I'd asked Maho to make was a simple program that detected words and phrases in a conversation and replied with set patterns. You could call it an artificial non-intelligence. It's a bot made by Okunin and myself. We call it Celery. Thanks to the famous movie, Celery was known as a lesser man with an inferiority complex, but in reality, he was a very talented composer. It felt a bit rude to the real Celery to give his name to something like this, but there wasn't time to worry about that now. To activate Amadeus, our bot is set to automatically respond to it. In other words, we can make them think that it's you talking. That's right. Meant Amadeus would think I was there when they were. Would have liked to have had more terminals, but since Amadeus needed the cell phone to be registered with its systems, there weren't many I could use. All I had were my phone and Maho's, but for a short time period, it'd be enough. Of course, Maha's phone had her own version of Soleri. And then there was the message I sent to Moika's, Rhine. The plan was for her to spread information indicating that Maha had Kurisu's laptop and hard drive. Even if they were doing the memory experiments, they still wouldn't want someone else getting their hands on them. Sooner or later, they picked up that information and come after me with everything they had. Amadeus was in their hands. If Amadeus' location data told them I was there, they'd come looking. Wouldn't be there at all. And then they'd get a call from someplace completely different and head there. My plan was to keep them occupied with that. Keep their eyes off the server hacking. Is this your mission? Everyone nodded. I'll say again, you must absolutely not make contact with Amadeus for an extended period of time. To hang up, you need to move. If something happens, call me immediately. You need to do these things no matter what, got it? What should I do? Yakuri raised her hand hesitantly. They know your face. You should stay here. But I want to help too. I don't want to do nothing while Mommy and everyone else are helping. Well, this was a problem. Please, Okarin, let me help too. I understood how she felt, but I still couldn't put her in danger. I'm sorry, but... Yakuri, Mayushi's gonna work hard for you too. So do as Okarin says, okay? Mommy? Okay. If you say so, Mommy. It seemed to be good enough for her. Uncle, shouldn't we hide Kakari somewhere till this is all over? Maybe, but where? If we're going to hide her, it would have to be at Lukaku's house or Ferris's place. Why not go to my hideout? Hideout? You've got a hideout? Got a lot of them, thanks to my job. If you want it, it's yours. Alright then, it's settled. Are you okay with that, Kagari? Yeah, alright. The issue was that I couldn't leave Kagari alone. Is there something I could do? Huh? I turned around and saw that at some point Yuki had entered the room. Yuki? Ashita gave me the key to the lab. She showed us the key in her hand, apologetically. And last night I called him and he seemed like he was really busy with something, so I brought him some snacks. Put the key away and then showed us a bag with the logo of a local cake shop on it. I don't know what's going on, but I was hoping there would be something I could do. We can't get you involved. No, she just has to stay with Kaguri. It should be fine. For I thought that it was maybe Yuki who'd attacked the lab. But looking back, that was wrong. If she was the woman in the motorcycle suit, there was no need to do something so elaborate. She could have just used the fact that she was in the same circle as Kaguri to invite her somewhere and kidnap her. There was no need to take the risk of attacking the lab. Thanks. Alright, Yuki, you stay with Kaguri. I want you staying at Daru's hideout until this all blows over. He can tell you where to go. Things calm down, I'll tell you what's going on. Alright. Yuki nodded. Now everything was ready. I looked around at everyone in the lab. Okay, guys. Now just follow the plan and... Wait, Okarin. You don't want to say goodbye to Kurisu? Goodbye? Amadeus was an artificial intelligence. It was an artificial being, not Kurisu herself. Say goodbye, okay? So you won't regret it. Yuri handed back the phone I'd just given her. You're right. Can you all give me just a minute? Okay. Left Mayuri and Lukaku behind and went to Akihabara Bridge. If I made contact with Amadeus, she'd know where I was. So I had chosen this place. This was the first place I'd let Kurisu see how weak I was back when everything seemed at its darkest. An advertising van passed by, blaring jaunty opera music at a loud volume that clashed horribly with the flashy paint job. I waited for it to get out of earshot before I tapped the Amadeus icon. She showed herself immediately. Been a long time. That's right. I thought you'd forgotten me. I hadn't forgotten. I could never forget. I've been busy. Goodbyes as I said now. I'd said goodbye to her again and again, but I'd never gotten used to it. But what is it today? There's something I wanted to ask you. What? Want to know if you can make a time machine again? That was a joke. Keep going. Just hypothetically, if you could give up your life to save a friend's, would you do it? I'm not sure I understand what you're getting at. Answer me, please. Must have been able to tell from my words and expression that I was serious because she took on a serious expression as well. Friend's someone important to you, isn't it? Yeah. There's still many things I want to do, many things I have to do, but even so, if I could make that friend and the person around me happy, maybe I would. Urusu. Sorry, I've never had that happen to me, so all I can do is imagine, which means I can't give you a real answer, but if there was still one person who would remember me, if there was still one person who wouldn't forget. Anyway, forget about me. Forget about what happened today and everything that came before. That's what I want. I can't forget. Huh? Never. I will never forget. This was a vow. A vow to get me through the time to come. Okube? Sorry for asking something so silly. No, I don't mind. Did something happen? No, it's nothing. Nothing. Huh. Anyway, bye. Wait. Huh? Oh, no, it's just felt like I was never going to see you again. Ursu. That's not true. Of course, right? I don't know where I got that idea. See each other again, I promise. Yeah. That's right, this wasn't goodbye forever. I'd see her again. So I won't say goodbye. Not until I see you again. See you again. Yeah, see you again. Ursu. Yeah, how long it'll take. But I'm going to reach you. I promise. I went back to Mayuri and Lukako and gave them the phone. Did you say your goodbyes? Yeah. I'm counting on you guys. Yep. I watched them disappear into the crowd station and went back to the lab. The band was still playing its loud music as it drove down the street. 5 hours had passed since the operation had begun. The only sound in the room was of Daru's fingers on the keys. How's it going, Daru? Looked like they found us. Is it gonna take a lot more time? It's 3 hours. Guess it's going to be easy after all. Daru must have been exhausted, but he was still working. Yuri and the others were sending me regular messages. Mayuri had paired off with Lukako, Ferris with Suzuha. Since they knew each other so well, they were doing a great job of working together and running around Tokyo. Suzuha had told me that she'd seen shady-looking people several times. Moika had sent me a message saying that they'd taken the bait. For now, the operation was succeeding without anyone getting hurt. Didn't expect it to last forever. I wanted to get Kurisu's memory data deleted as fast as possible, but in the end, my only choice was to rely on Doru. Sorry about this, Doru. Promise not to say that, buddy. Remembered how he looked 25 years in the future. Even in that far distant future, he was still my friend. Okarin, can I have a second? Till a little bit ago, Maho had been resting to recover from her exhaustion. At some point, she must have gotten up. What is it? Look at this. She handed me a stack of papers. The printout of Stanford's report. She must have been looking at it after she'd woken up. This. A list of Stanford experimental test subjects. Rows of names, sexes and ages, and other information. Look here. Pointed her small finger at one of the names. It said, Shina Kagari. Shina Kagari? One of Stanford's guinea pigs. Of course, I I'd known it was a possibility. That's why they'd been looking for her. She had Kurisu's memories too. Still, it was one thing to suspect it and another to see proof. But they never made it to the last phase of the experiments. It looks like it says she ran away just before they got the chance. Made me feel a lot better. If Kagari still had Kurisu's memories, I would have seen a repeat of what happened on the last world line. This must be another effect of the world line change. There was still no doubt that she had been in Stratford's hands for years. She'd been the subject of many experiments during that time. I'm a little worried. Huh? Baho must have been thinking the same thing I was. Kagari was alone with Yuki at Daru's hideout right now. He's calling me now. I'm busy. Ringing that suddenly interrupted our conversation was coming from Daru's phone. Damanashi, I wonder what's up. I had a bad feeling. Yes, hello? Amanshi? What is it? Did something happen? Huh? Kagari-tan was what? What happened to Kagari? Says she's gone. What? Grabbed the phone out of his hands and put it to my ears. It's me, Okabe. Is Kagari really gone? Okabe? I'm sorry, I was right next to her. What happened? Did she get kidnapped? No, Kagari left of her own. I tried my best to stop her, but she was so strong. On her own? What's going on? Yuki, really? No, that was impossible. If Yuki was working for Stratford, she wouldn't be calling me. But then why had Kagari run off on her own? Can you put it on speaker? I want to hear this too. I hit the button to switch the call to the speakerphone. Yuki, tell me more about what happened before Kagari ran off. Was there anything strange? No, we were just talking. Did you see or hear anything strange? No. Oh wait, come to think of it, I did hear some weird music from outside. It was like some kind of jingle from an advertising van. I remember it because it was really loud. An advertising van? One I'd seen this afternoon? That's it. I just read about it in that file. It was one of the experiments Stratford did. The experiment involved brainwashing. Brainwashing? I think she might have been brainwashed to behave in a certain manner if she heard a pre-programmed source of music. The only way to explain why she'd run off on her own right now. The song the van was playing. It was K620, number 5. The magic flute sent to lead Kagari astray. The file also said that she had an ideal candidate for the experiment and they were still looking for her. Damn it! Probably had vans like that all over Japan, not just Akihabara. She'd fallen right into their trap. You do, Okarin? It was obviously Stratford and they had gone after Kagari, which meant that all we could do was... And then there was another call. This time it was to my phone. At Ferris prepared several cell phones for my use in this operation. One to use to call everyone, one to give to Kagari, and... the call was coming from the phone I'd given to Kagari. Probably wasn't her, though. Who could it be? Okabe Rentaro, correct? The digitally altered voice made the caller seem even more eerie. Yeah, that's right. Who are you? We have Shina Kagari. I don't need to tell you that we want... Do I? This is laptop and hard drive. Give me time to think. Think about what? The exchange will take place tomorrow. We'll tell you where and how later. Hung up. Swap her for Kurisu's computer and hard drive. What's the plan? Can't believe Kagari was brainwashed. Suzuha was gritting her teeth in frustration as she listened to us. I had her come back immediately after the call. I brought Moika Kiryu to the lab as well. I want your honest opinion. If we do what they want, will they give us back Kagari? No. They gave her honest opinion. I agree. They're willing to use dirty tricks like brainwashing. If they didn't need her, they'd just kill her. They might kill you too. The reason they would have called me specifically is that they knew I had information they wanted to keep hidden. With what I'd gone through already, I could safely assume they'd show no mercy. Or after what Kurisu had left behind. Memories and her belongings. I didn't want them causing any more wars. Which meant there was only one thing I could do. We'll have to bust in and take back Kagari. And here's where my controller spazzes out. Okay. Oh, there we go. It was dangerous, but it was the only way. The Yuri and the others were still out there fighting, which meant they should still think I was running around the city. Bust in? You don't even know where they are. I do. Lee, Uncle? When did you? Suzuha, will you help? Okie dokie. I turned toward Moika, who shook her head. I'm not willing to go that far. I bet. Can't go alone, it's too dangerous. No, it might be safer than going with a big group. And I knew that fate wasn't going to let me die for a little while longer. Not gonna tell the other girls? They'd probably just worry them. Daru, keep working on that file lock. Leave your phone on a call with me. Okie dokie. Uncle, here. Suzuha handed me a semi-automatic pistol. Lock. Protect yourself if you have to. I hesitated, but decided to take it. It was the first time in my life I'd ever held a gun, and it was a lot heavier than I expected it to be. Lights were still on at the building in Kanda. Even at this hour, the gate was open. That's how colleges were. As expected, we made it inside with no trouble. Kagari's in here? Yeah, she should be. Daru's information from 2036 was right. Stratford's base was here at my university, Tokyo Denki. Except for buildings occupied the school's Kanda campus, Building 1, Building 5 through 7, and Buildings 11 through 15. Buildings 5, 6, 10, and 15 were scattered throughout the surrounding neighborhood, but the remainder were in their own little isolated area. The only two of those with basements were 11 and 15. My guess was that Stratford's base was here, in Building 11. Not only the building with the newest equipment, but it was a big building with 17 floors and a lot of foot traffic going in and out. I didn't know how many people Stratford has working for them, but at least some of them had to have been out looking for me, which meant this place would be less well guarded than usual. I had Suzuha with me too. This was doable. This way. Suzuha straight down the stairs. There were 3 elevators in the building, but Suzuha had decided that taking them would be dangerous. They could potentially be trapped. The problem was what lay down below. There were over 20 rooms of varying sizes and 2-story basements. One of them was their base. Uncle, this way. Where to go? Remembered, I've infiltrated this place once before. When I was here, the place was falling apart, and the outside looked totally different, but I'm sure of it. Suzuha led me down the corridors without hesitation. With her gun in her hand and her hips drawn low to the ground to avoid making noise as she ran. She looked just like a cat. She stopped in front of one of the rooms and nodded to me. It seemed no different than any of the others. There was no nameplate on it. This was supposed to be a large generator room, as I recalled. Now save Kagari. You just protect yourself, Uncle. You're right. Took the Glock out of my belt. It was heavy in my hands. Suzu had taught me how to use it, but I'd never fired it before and wasn't sure I'd be able to. But it would still serve as a bluff. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. As she finished her countdown, Suzuha shot off the doorknob, kicked open the door, and ran into the room. She did it all in one swift movement. I ran in after her and realized immediately that something was wrong. The first thing I noticed was the stench. It was an iron smell, strong enough to make you puke. Blood. The floor of the room was covered with blood. There were bodies, too. 4 or 5 of them. Of course, Suzuha hadn't done it. was already like this when we got here. What's going on? Zuha was slowly working her way forward. I followed her. Some of the bodies were Japanese and some were American. A large man was lying face down next to a half-open door. Next to him was... You're here sooner than I expected, Rentaro. No way. The voice saying my name was voluptuous and feminine. His accent was foreign. Reyes, I'm glad you're doing well. Why? I came to get something I was looking for. Reyes spun around quickly and smoothly like a dancer. Kagari was seated behind her. Kagari! Yeah. What's wrong, Kagari? Can't you hear us? Some kind of strange mechanical device over her head. No matter how much I called out her name, she didn't move an inch. Oh dear, she's sleeping so peacefully. It'd be so rude to wake her up. Her smile was sharp and cold. It completely lacked the warmth I'd seen when we first met. Watch out, she's military. Suzuha already had her gun drawn at Reyes, and Reyes didn't seem concerned in the slightest. Military? Noji had said that, come to think of it. The group looking for Kagari was with a Western military. We wondered if a normal spy would have taken their own life. And who might you be? Give back Kagari. I love that face. I didn't know there was anyone in Japan with a face like that. Why don't you start by giving me your gun? If you don't, Shina Kagari will die, you know. The second she dies, you're dead too. See, but I'm just one part of a larger organization. Killing me won't change a thing. Suzuha. Suzuha laid the gun at her feet, frustrated. Good grill. Now stand there with your hands behind your head. So, Rentaro, I believe I told you what the deal was. Did you bring them? Oh my, you're such a naughty boy. If you didn't bring them, then I can't let you have Shina Kagari. That Kagari was asleep. When I looked closer, I saw that her eyelids were fully closed. From what little I could see of her eyes, they were empty and devoid of light. What did you do to Kagari? Unfortunately, nothing yet. I just played the lullaby that we used with her. But if you're not going to accept my trade, then maybe I'll just get started. She rubbed Kagari's cheeks with the barrel of a gun, a look of ecstasy on her face. I've hidden Kurisu's laptop and hard drive somewhere special. If you're not going to give me Kagari, then I won't tell you where. Let Kagari go first. Negotiations are pointless, Rentaro. If you're not going to give me what I want, then I'll just do things my way. A threat or a bluff. Reyes was acting like she was an everyday conversation. With all the blood and stench around us, it somehow made it even creepier. Did you do this? Yes, if they hadn't been so stupid, they might have managed to live a little longer. It's a shame. Would you do something like this? Simple. They figured out who I really am. Really are? Remember what she said. With the military. Scientists as well. DERPA. Not that that means anything to you, I'm sure. DERPA? The Defense Ultimate Research Projects Agency? No way. Dr. Reyes is with them? I could hear Maho's voice through my Bluetooth microphone. I left my phone connected to Daru so that we could stay in touch if we needed to. Okay, just give me a little more time. Why time? Now? Impossible. I'd asked Daru for the impossible many times before. Now it was my turn. I wouldn't let her hurt Kagari. Suzu had lost her weapon. It'd be hard to do this by force. I just needed to keep her occupied. Well, why would someone from the military? My team originally worked on brainwashing. Brainwashing, then Kagari. Just so we're clear, it wasn't me who did this to her. It was them. Them. She must have meant the people lying on the floor. I don't know if I believe that. Why would the military want to brainwash people anyway? No need to even ask. But I needed to buy time for Daru to finish his hacking. You know why. We want soldiers who will die exactly as they're told. Our goal is to make the ultimate soldier, who never complains, who never fears death, and who willingly sacrifices himself for his country. There's nothing unusual about it. It's been done all over the world for over a century. Then we realized that we could make the ultimate soldier without going through the hassle of brainwashing. An AI soldier. An AI soldier. The name alone made it sound like the title of a cheap sci-fi movie, but that also just made it creepier. I see, so you implant an artificial intelligence into the soldier's brain. Let you mass produce highly intelligent and highly capable soldiers. Huh? And then if you can install the memories indeed needed for special skills too, you'll have a whole army of specialists ready for any mission imaginable. Right, Rentaro, you're quick on the uptake. And in the future, we'll be able to make soldiers capable of enhanced teamwork via group consciousness too. What do you think? Amazing, isn't it? Can't do that. It's wrong. That's what they all say. Worried that Suzuha might jump at her in fury, but she stayed completely calm. Reyes was right next to Kaguri. No matter how fast Suzuha was, without a gun, Kaguri was still in danger. If I knew Suzuha, she was watching the situation carefully, waiting for an opening. Listen to me, we want stability. Our military's the only thing keeping the world peaceful. And if they have to sacrifice themselves to become the soldiers who can make that possible, I'm sure they won't mind too much. Selfish reasoning. There was no way I or anyone else could accept it. But... interesting? Dr. Reyes. No, Reyes. You interest me greatly indeed. Huh? I saw Suzuha's gaze dart over to me for just a moment. Her eyes seemed to criticize me, but she didn't say anything. Taro? My name is Rentaro. My job right now was to keep her busy until Daru broke the lock on the files, which meant that now was the first time to act. To act the part of the biggest fool I could. That was my job. My name is Hoin Kiyoma. I am the man who shall destroy the ruling structure of the world and plunge it into chaos. What kind of joke is this? I, the mad scientist of madness, Hoin Kiyoma, admit it. You, Reyes, are moderately mad. Oh, what? Hoin Kiyoma. Okabe Rentaro was a disguise. I used to deceive the eyes of the world. This is my true identity. I'm the mad scientist, reviving like the phoenix. What am I hearing? You're screwed up, kid. For a moment, her mouth had hung open in shock, but she quickly regained her cocky smile. Couldn't back down now. Reyes, I already know what you've done thus far. You infiltrated Victor Contra University as a professor to work on your AI soldier project. While you were there, you found out about Amadeus. Correct? Yes, that's right. Amadeus is quite the interesting project, but what interested me more... She stepped on the body next to her as if it were an object and not a human being. Were the traces I saw of their involvement. And just as I expected, I looked into it and found something incredible. You know what I found, right? The time machine, yes? Reyes flashed me a dazzling smile and nodded. I see. The time machine, the impossible dream of all mankind. Learned of the paper that described how it would work. You learned that it could get it. The world would be yours to command. But you were a fool. Everyone like you thinks the same thing. A fool? Yes, a fool. Ruling the world? Working for the nation? Working for the organization? They're all goals of petty men. If you would use the greatest invention of human history for things, then you're a failure as a scientist. I'm a soldier before I'm a scientist. I've offered my life to my country. If my country can command the world, then let us keep every other potential threat in check. And that's what's best for the world and mankind. Her voice was rising in excitement. That's why we can't let any other country get it ahead of us. By obtaining this revolutionary theory before anyone else, we can keep the world's power balance the way it is. We can keep the world peaceful. We can't let any other country, let alone a civilian corporation, get their hands on it first. That's why you killed all these people? I'll say it again. You are a fool. I see. I do feel bad about what I did to them. She didn't really sound like she meant it. The plan was to let them go a while longer, then take the data once they had it all. And why kill them? One of the people I sent in to spy on them screwed up. Though I do blame myself for that. But they're at fault too. DARPA hires civilian scientists. I offered them jobs, but they got greedy and started making demands. Losing talent like that is such a shame. The corners of her mouth rose a little as she spoke. Doesn't seem like she really felt that way at all. So, Okabe Rentaro, I've got an offer for you. Why not work for DARPA? What? You look surprised. Why did you think I was telling you all this? Long villain monologues only exist in your Japanese samurai movies? Don't worry, we don't care about what country you're from. If you want, we can get you a green card. In other words, you recognize my talent. You recognize the mind of Hoin Kiyoma. Of course, I wouldn't make this offer to someone without talent. You certainly got it. And you're Makase Kurusu's friend, too. The real reason she was interested in me was probably the latter. It was far too obvious. I might have heard something from Makase Kurusu about her time machine theories. But you're hoping. That's why you want me. We take those who can be useful and we pay. That's how things work in our world. It means that once I'm not useful, I end up like the people on the ground over there. Depends on how hard you work and what you decide to do. Reyes laughed and went around behind Kagari. She seemed to be moving casually, but since Suzuha didn't pounce, she probably hadn't left any openings. Daru, are you done yet? Setting my limit for buying time. Well, take your time and think about it. Huh? You have quite the high taste eye if you've noticed my talent. High taste? Eye? High quality taste and a discerning eye. You're American, you don't even know that? That's fine, I take back what I said about your failures as a scientist. Since after all, you recognize my talent. I see, then you accept my offer? I refuse. What? Because I am Hoin Kiyoma. A mad scientist must always be a solitary creature. He must never belong to anyone or anything at any time. That is his destiny. First, Rhea seemed surprised, but then she exhaled a long sigh. Well, feel free to take your time. Think it over until I'm done with her. I'm going to do to Kagari. Suzuha still had her hands behind her head, but if looks could kill, Reyes would be dead already. You know what I'm doing. I'm overwriting your memories with Makase Kurusu's. That's the other world line. Maybe Derpa did that and not Stratford. It wasn't all. Was the woman in the motorcycle suit who attacked the lab? Don't make that face. I've used this technique on animals and a number of humans. Reyes rubbed Kagari's cheeks lovingly. The system had a critical flaw until now anyways. But this time it's fixed, and she's highly compatible. I'm sure it will work fine. Every single word she spoke so slowly. Felt like it was drawing me in. Sus memories, her mind, will be recreated inside this grill. Don't have to worry about any black boxes locking away parts of her memories. She'll do whatever we tell her, and I'm sure she'll tell us all about the time machine. We won't need Kurusu's laptop or her hard drive as long as we have her. We'll be fine. Brought her crimson lips next to Kagari. Tell me, Kagari, you want to be Kurusu, right? No, Kagari, don't listen to her. Kagari didn't move at all. Her genius mind will be yours. You can revolutionize the world. Won't that be wonderful? Well, Kagari's lips moved a little. Yes. Ha, good girl. Kagari. Rentaro, this was your choice too, you know. If you'd simply done as I asked, things might have turned out differently. Okay. Going to bed now? Good night. Alright, young boy. I'll be joining you shortly. Sleep packed? I'm just gonna go 10 minutes. Solid. Midnight. Didn't get an ending tonight, but maybe I can pull a extra special short stream tomorrow to get my ending. I imagine it'll be maybe 2-hour stream. But you take care, Yenboy. Joining me shortly? I promise. This time I actually am. I wouldn't dare pull a 4-hour cycle of endlessly. I think it's gonna end. Sleep packed. Exactly. Even if the story's getting every time I feel like anything can happen, but the sleep pact, you don't make a sleep pact and then immediately betray it. So we gotta be responsible. So I'm only gonna go 10 more minutes. The pact crumbles the day it's oh, God. No, I can't let that happen. I won't let it happen. I've made you a promise. 10 minutes more, and then I will end the stream. I guarantee it. And it's like everyone joins and they're like, hey, I caught the stream. And it's like, damn it. You know, even if that happens, I'll tell them there'll be an emergency special stream. And then Saturdays, and then that's, but even then I don't want to go too bad. I must maintain the sleep pact. But anyways, 9 more minutes left. Besides, you want to see Kurisu, don't you? A person is nothing but their memories. It's their memories who make them who they are. When Kagari has Kurisu's memories, she'll become Kurisu. You'll like that, won't you? I'm sure Kurisu will too. Shut up! I was surprised at how loud my voice was. Kurisu would be happy? Hell no! Even if you do replace Kagari's memories with Kurisu's, she won't be Kurisu! She would never be happy to see her memories used like that. You dare insult her. Don't you dare insult Makase Kurisu! I see, that's a shame. Either way, the result doesn't change. You can just stand there and watch her mind be filled with the memories of the one you love. Rei started to tap commands into the computer next to her. Suzuha was still calm. 8 minutes left. She wasn't attacking Reyes because she was waiting for Daru's word. Daru, aren't you done yet? Sorry, Okarin, I'm so close. Damn it. Uncle, Suzuha whispered to me. You may have to give up on Kagari. Once I move, get down. Knowing Suzuha, she wouldn't hesitate. Okay, all ready to go. What do? Should I give up on her? I couldn't do that, could I? Either way, Kagari was doomed. Alright then, sayonara, Kagari. Race's thin fingers stretched out. Suzuha moved. Closed the gap between her and Reyes in an instant. Gunshot rang out. Suzuha's body shot back and fell to the floor. Suzuha! I thought you'd do that. Too bad, huh? Reyes had expected that. There's nothing I could do. Don't! Before I could stop her, Reyes hit the keyboard. What? What's going on? Why isn't it working? Can't be this stupid thing. God damn it! Shit! Reyes pounded the keyboard again and again, swearing. Was there a problem with the system? Okarin? Kagari? There was a small light in Kagari's empty eyes. Bullshit! With Reyes distracted, this was my chance. Kagari, come with me. Okarin! Kagari ripped the device off her head, stood up, and managed to run a few steps forward before she fell over. Kagari? I ran over and grabbed her. Reyes quickly brought her gun to bear. Another gunshot. I thought I'd been shot, but I hadn't. The gun knocked out of Race's hand was spinning on the floor. Don't take another step. Suzuha slowly stood up. She was holding the gun that she just placed on the ground. Suzuha, you're okay? Guess so. Her shoulders were bloody, but it wasn't a fatal wound. She was lucky to survive a gunshot wound at that range. Tables have turned. You got me. I didn't expect to lose to a kid like you. Rhea shrugged her shoulders in surrender. But this isn't over yet, you know. I said don't move. Reyes ignored her and picked up the strange headset that Kaguri had been wearing. Suzuha gripped her gun more tightly. Just so we're all on the same page, I'm carrying a small bomb with me. I just bite down a little on my back teeth and it explodes. At this rate, I'm sure you three will be caught up in it. You're gonna kill yourself. I've been trying to choose death rather than hand information over to the enemy, sadly. You're bluffing. If you think so, then shoot. Suzuha moved to pull the trigger. Wait, Suzuha! Believe in Daru for now. Reyes glanced at Suzuha and then slowly put the headset down over her head. What are you trying to do? You didn't want to use it either. You didn't want her to use it either, did you, Amadeus? But you don't mind if I use someone else. No way. I told you it won't end here. There was madness in her eyes. That's right, it was always so easy. There was never any need to use anyone else. I could have just done this myself. Now I will have Makase Kurisu's memories. I'll have the time machine theory, and I'll be the one to revolutionize the world. No, don't. Don't use Kaguri's memories for that. Yes, got it. Daru? Now it will time itself. Daru, get rid of that file now. Hold on, I'm looking for it now. Race's fingers went for the keyboard. Don't. It's okay, I'll make good use of the memories of the girl you love. I found it. I got it, Okurin. Delete it, Daru, now. Set her. Set Kurisu free. Okie dokie. Come in to me, Kurisu. Ray's fingers touched the keyboard. Silence. Nothing happened. There was no light or loud noise like the phone wave. Of course there wasn't. It was all going on inside her head. What happened? Reyes was in the exact same position as when she touched the keyboard, completely unmoving. Did the memories download? I steeled myself to take a closer look. Reyes collapsed to her knees. The light hit her face and I could finally see her expression. There was nothing there. No light, no darkness, nothing. Just hollow emptiness in her eyes. That expression of joy she'd had when she touched the keyboard was frozen onto her cheeks. Okarinchi. Daru was faster by just an instant. The folder had been empty just before she downloaded the memories into her own mind. She filled her head with emptiness, and now nothing was left. Not the memory she'd had before, not her own history, not her own desires. It was just an empty shell. Empty shell, kneeling on the ground as if praying to God. Okarin? Daru, you did it! It's all over, everything. I could hear Daru and Maho cheering from the earphone. Let's go, Uncle. It's not a good idea to stay here. You're right, Kaguri. Can you walk? Yeah. Only things left were dead bodies and a living corpse. Amadeus, the girl on the other side of the machine, was gone. She was gone from this world, along with the memories of the person I loved. I whispered softly to a girl who was no longer there. I'll see you again, Kurisu. I was so sure credits were gonna roll. Okay, Mayushi, we'll be back. Okay, bye. Luca, let's cosplay next time, okay? Think about it. Okurin, everyone thanks for having us over. Yeah, come back anytime. Well, what is it? Okurin, you've kind of changed. Have I? Yeah, you seem a lot easier to talk to now. Come on, Fubuki, it's rude to say that to his face. What? You were saying it to him a minute ago. Kaede? Hey. Sheesh. Oh, then I guess I'll be leaving too. You got work again today? Yep, I'll call you when I'm off. Let's make plans for this weekend. Okay, I'll be waiting for you. Well, what's this? Daru Nyan and Yuki Nyan seem like they are an item now. Do we? Well, my love for you will never change, Faristan. Come on, Dad, not again. Been several days since then. All the chaos with Amadeus and Kurusu's memories had calmed down and normal life had resumed. There have been no official announcements about what had happened in the basement of Tokyo Denki University. The next day, the basement had been sealed off because of what was described as a lab accident. Military or maybe Stratford had covered it up. Since then, we hadn't seen anything strange going on around us. There should have been no traces that we were ever there. Probably weren't going to come after us. Anyway, what happened back there? Back there? And that woman tried to download Makase Kurusu's memories into Kagari. It didn't work, right? It was just a system error? Daru Nyan's right. You probably shouldn't overthink it, Nya. I don't know. It's been bothering me. Come to think of it, when that happened, Kagari seemed to have been thinking of something. She opened her mouth to speak. No, but... Come on, Kagari, don't stop your sentence halfway through. You're just making me wonder more. I thought I heard a voice back then. A voice? Yeah, there was someone in my head saying no. I don't remember all that happened, so maybe it was just a dream. Amadeus. Could it have been Amadeus? Maybe in the last second she refused to allow her memories to overwrite Kagari's. It's not a very logical opinion to be coming from you, Maho. Lukako and Mayuri stared at each other when they heard Maho's words. The last time we activated Amadeus, the call cut off halfway through. Your bot was talking, but she seemed like she was in a really big hurry and hung up. Could that have been when it happened? Is that possible? I don't know, but Amadeus is just like a human. She has self-defense instincts. It's possible that she realized her memories were going to be used for something wrong. Different world line. Kurusu's memories had once existed inside Kagari. Maybe Kurusu had saved Kagari from experiencing the same fate here. There may have been another reason, but at least that was what I wanted to think. Hey Ocarina, there's something I don't understand too. What's that? You were saying that Amadeus caused a lot of world line changes before now, right? If we still remember what happened, that means the world line didn't change, right? Why is that? Oh, that. I thought about that right after what had happened. It's just a guess, but I think that whatever I'd done, something involving Amadeus, had caused Kurusu's memories to fall into someone's hands. Whoever had gotten the memories had used them to rewrite the past. This time we deleted Kurusu's memories, so that means there's no world line change. The cause of the battle between Stratford and Durpa has gone. We've gotten rid of the data that Kurusu had left behind. The future created by Kurusu's memories was gone. But Suzuha and Kagari were still here. If they were still here, then the future hadn't changed that much. Of course I knew that. Unless I could reach Steins Gate, the world line convergence wouldn't change. That didn't mean that this was for nothing. There was that small flash of insight I'd felt in 2036. The world was another step towards it. So what's the plan now? There's a lot to do, but first, I took something out of the pocket of my white lab coat. I have a present for everyone. What's this? Lab member badges. It identifies every one of us as members of the lab. OSH MKUFAHSA. The badge had everyone's initials on it. Of course, Kurisa and Moika's were there too. I've added in Maho, Kagari, Ashina, and Yuki Amane too. Accepting the past for what it was and connecting it to the future. It was my job right now. Lab member? Kagari held the badge to her chest happily. I've got another treasure now. The path that lay before me might be even harder than the one I traveled so far, but I knew the light was still there at the end of it. I think I understand why Kurisu and Ocarina became friends. I finally realized why my dad and everyone else relied on him so much. And I know why Mommy always loved him too. Kaguri, that's not right. Mayushi's is Okarin's hostage, so it's not like... Wait, what? How can Okarin get all the chicks? Blow up and die. You got mom, dad... Many different futures and many different pasts. When they all converge, I'll know I'll find you. So... Yes, it's me. What? Am I coming to save you? Don't panic. Now is not the appointed hour. Who do you think I am? Listen, I'm the mad scientist Hoin Kiyoma, and I never go back on my word. So for now, wait. I shall release you from the chains of time that bind you. Yes, I promise. Kurisu, until the day comes that we meet, all I have, I give to you. El Sai Kongru. December 2011. Akihabara. A year after all the chaos, Maho visited the Future Gadget Lab for the first time in a long while. Oh, she's here. It's been a long time, everyone. Wow, it's Maho. I've missed you. Toot-a-doo. It's good to see you again, Maho. Glad to see you're doing well, yeah. It's good to see nothing's changed here. Yeah, looks like not much has changed with you either. I know I'm still short. You don't have to tell me. Wasn't what I meant. I know, it was a joke. Oh. What's wrong? I've been so lonely without you for the past year, Maho. Well, wait, you don't need to grab me like that. But... I'm sorry, I wanted to come back during the summer, but a lot happened at the university. Elements of last January had left deep scars on Maho's lab. Of course they had. Not only was Amadeus involved, but many people in the college, including Dr. Reyes, had been involved as well. Thanks for coming all this way, Maho. Of course, I was part of this too. I've got a responsibility to see it to the end. Are you sure? All the cleanup work you did over the last year will go to waste. It won't go to waste. You're the one who said this world's future would connect to the past. So I've done what I can in this world. Yeah, you're right. I was supposed to die in 2025, but I was alive. Everyone had been fooled. The past me, everyone in the future, the world had been deceived. I thought the future was certain, but instead I found a future I didn't expect. Would I be able to deceive the world too? And by doing so, avoid the future that awaited us? And if I could deceive the world, maybe I could find Steins Gate. How to do so, unfortunately, was beyond me right now, but the future me had said. The path to Steins Gate is a hard one. Trying again once or twice probably won't get you there. But I think starting there is the best way to get to it. I think that many futures are connected to the past, so this world we're in isn't wasted. It's a world that we need. At least that's what I think. Many futures, all connected to the past, meant there was only one thing for me to do. Ashita, did you finish it? Of course, it's ready to go. Old microwave sitting in the back of the development room. The time leap machine that Maho had helped finish. Daru had added a new function to it. Still, it's hard to believe that this thing controls the fate of the world. That's right, everything began here. Our fate, and Kurisu's, had all been ruined by this device. The one difference between this and the old phone wave was that this was connected to a smartphone, not an old feature phone. Text messages to the past would be detected by CERN no matter what I did, which meant we'd become a target. That would mean taking this world that had gained only at the cost of sacrificing Kurisu right back to where we started. There'd be no point in that. There was no other way to communicate now beyond simple text messages. There were other ways to send messages. The software we use now, Rhine, was one of them. I call it the D-Rhine. Of course, the idea of using the electrons of the CRT television of the Bronte workshop to control gravity and create a singularity to send the messages back in time was the same. And the amount we could send data was still 18 characters, same as the D-mail. We didn't have to worry about CERN finding it. We didn't have to worry about Mayuri being killed. The only problem was that we couldn't send messages back before we started using Rhine. But there was nothing I could do about that. The most important thing to do now was make it possible. Sheesh, it was pretty hard to find a way to make sure no one would detect it. It took forever to find a place they weren't watching. You Complained, but he pulled it off anyway. It's my favorite right arm. Hey, haven't heard that in a while. But are you sure about this, Ocarine? That's right. This may only bring Mio more pain, Kyoma. Maybe you're right. Then, but I have to do it anyway. Ocarine. The Third World War was going to happen unless I could stop it. Kakari and Suzuha's response made that obvious. There were only one future that lay before us, but it was another piece of the path that would lead us to Steins Gate. To get there, I would have to go into the past and start over. It would be fine. I was capable of starting over as many times as I needed to now. I could overcome anything, till I reached the promised door. I already had the message I was going to send. Sending that message must have been why I'd come to this world line in the first place. Of course, I didn't know what I'd think or what I'd do when I received it, but I knew I would be successful. It would lead us to another future, and to another past. Kagari, are you nervous? If the past changes and the world's at peace, maybe I would never see Mommy. Kagari. Don't worry. Huh? Attractor field theory says that what's supposed to happen will happen. Even if the world line changes, you'll see Mayuri again. Really? Yeah, I guarantee it. Mommy. Isn't that nice, Kagari? Okunin guarantees it, so I'm sure it's true. I'll see you in the future, okay? Yeah. Thanks, Uncle. There's no need to thank me. I sowed the seeds of all this anyway. This was where things got really hard. No, let me say it anyway. Thank you. Say that to Daddy too, please. Say it to your daddy. Thanks, Dad. More, look at me with dewy eyes and say it again, my daughter. The past changed. Everything I'd done in the past year would be undone. All the features I'd experienced and all the time it took me to come back would go away too. But they wouldn't go to waste. I was here now, and in the past I was just about to begin my work, and then the future lay behind. Lay beyond. When all those lies came together, the door to the future would be waiting. When all those lives came together, the door to the future would be waiting. Steins Gate would be waiting. It is time. In the name of Hoin Kyoma, I now initiate Operation Helheim. Lab members, are you ready? To find the way there, I would change the past again. Okie dokie. Kurisu, so that someday we can be together once more. Save the world, connect the possibilities, the world can be tricked. We did it! And I got to keep my promise to Yamboy. Best timeline ever. We got the ending, and I can go to sleep on time. I did it, Yamboy. I want you to know I did it. Halfway done with the game. I got two more endings to go. Considering doing an emergency stream Friday to put some extra time in. Damn, it's getting good though. We're almost to Steins Gate, Alpha World Line. Hell of a story. Amadeus, Liar. All right. Excuse me. Science Adventure Team. I gotta play the other games. Giamaro Studio. 5 powered in games. Right. Mission accomplished, everyone. Well, halfway accomplished. The D Rhine was sent. Promised Renacimento completed. New item was added to CG library. New wallpaper was added to wallpaper setting. Okay. Overwrite. All right. We're good. 2 more endings left to go. Almost done. So, I'm gonna consider doing a stream Friday. Just to give myself a little wiggle room. I'll let everyone know in the Discord. I'll see. It'll probably be like another 3-4 hour, nothing too crazy. I am gonna stream Saturday morning, and Saturday evening, and hopefully I can beat this game then. If not, maybe an emergency stream Sunday and later today, just to give me some cushion time. Yeah, so pretty good. I'm feeling good. We're almost there. Mission almost accomplished. So close. 2 endings away. So, excuse me. I want to give a big shout out to Yenboy and Muglord for stopping by the stream. Thank you for having really good conversations with me and hanging out, enjoying me read. We're almost done. But it's a little bittersweet. It's like, well, I'll save my comments for when I completely 100% the game. But yeah, I will be back with more Steins Gate. Might not get a new ending the next stream or two, but I'm gonna try to get damn near close, and we'll see about finishing it on Valentine's Day. All right, so without further ado, I just want to say thank you all for your continued viewership and support. You guys mean the world to me, and I want you to know that it never goes unnoticed or taken for granted, so thank you again. And I just want to say it's time for what my #1 mod with the dad bod Tim Kira calls the Truman Show outro. So to everyone hanging out, watching me play Steins Gate, thank you. Steins Gate 0, thank you. We're almost there. We're working on ending number 4 now. So I just want to say, no matter where you're watching from, thank you for sticking around. Thank you for continuing to listen to me tell a glorious tale. I'll catch you all next stream. I just want to say, no matter where you're watching from, I hope you all have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Take care, everyone. I'm Ego the Visual Culturist, and I'm going to sleep because I just made a sleep pact. Catch you later. Take care, everyone. Good night.